And I mean, yeah, traveling, living abroad is so much cheaper than people tend to think. And you really can live the same like if I were to live the lifestyle that I've got in Thailand, if I were to do this back in California, I swear to you, it would at least cost me $5,000 a month, which, like I don't have that right now to
Okay, so
spend.
so therein lies the
So
problem, right? So what it's kind of like if you're dating a beautiful woman, the standard changes for you of what you expect in a girl the next time you date someone else. Or if you live in a
yeah.
big house, you expect a big house. So now you have a certain expectation of what a couple of $1,000 will buy you. How do you ever live anywhere else? I mean, not even the U.S. I mean, how do you move to Rome, Italy, or something like that? How does that happen? Do you just focus on creating more income, or do you just focus more on enjoying your life and don't worry about the income? What's sort of the plan for you down the road?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's not, I wouldn't say it's not that if I were at a stage where I wanted to move somewhere like, one of the greats in Europe, like Rome or Paris or something,
Mm-hmm.
or London, which I love all three of those cities, but yeah, they don't appeal to me that much right now. But if they did for whatever reason, yeah, my thing would be, all right, so let's get the business to the point where it is making $5,000, $8,000 a month, that where I'm making that much. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess I've gotten to a point where, in all honesty, I feel like one of the reasons I travel is because I love California. I love where I'm from, but I kind of feel like things just aren't being managed the best. It's not like a political thing in any sense. It's the quote unquote developing world. I see so much opportunity out here, and you really can. I just look at it as the value you get for your money. It doesn't matter what currency, but you can get so much more value here for your money right now, and that, of course, things like that will always be changing. And my desire for where I want to be will always be changing. But right now, I love it out here. I think that's the other thing that is, for me, the biggest driver for traveling and living abroad is there's so much opportunity available to you, that just things you could never do, places you could never go, friends you could never make, jobs you could never have. Um, I don't,
Experiences,
it,
etc. Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
okay, so now you're going to be moving from the center of Bangkok to the beach. Tell me why you're doing that. Is it just that you want to be at the beach?
well, yeah, I've been my business has been headquartered here for a while now, and I love Bangkok. I've made a lot of really great friends and had a great time while I've been here. But yeah, I guess I'm reaching the point where I'm ready for a change of scenery.
Mm-hmm.
And I was basing it here for business reasons, to really kind of bootstrap and get business cranking for a while. And so I've spent some time doing that, and now I'm just ready for to change my environment. Really, I want to be, as much as I love the city, like for me, somewhere where I can spend more time in the outdoors, and like the beach or the countryside for me is where I feel more creative.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And yeah, so me and my girlfriend Nikki we're just at that point where we're ready to go spend a couple months down in the south of Thailand now, and we've got a little house about 2 minutes from the beach on one of the islands down south. So
So
that's our
give me
next
an
thing.
idea of where that is. So if you go from Bangkok, do you have to fly there, take a train there, or how do you get to where you're moving to?
We looked at a couple things, but because we're moving some stuff with us, not very much, but a couple bags,
Mm-hmm.
we're and it was kind of last it was just like she was down there recently and found a great place, and nice new, basically bungalow style house, and great balcony where you can see the ocean and hammock and everything. So it sounds too good to be true. I haven't seen it with my own eyes yet, but
Okay, so how much how
so we
much is
just
that?
um it's $430 a month.
Okay, so for $400 a month, you're living on the beach, looking at the
Yeah.
ocean, and you got a hammock.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't sound like it sucks.
Yeah, it's literally a 2 minute walk down our little hill to the beach, and I guess from what she says, we've got like our own little bar on the beach right
That
below
sounds
us,
unbelievable. I mean,
and
how cool.
she's already friends with the owner of the bar and stuff. So, um,
You know,
but
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's incredible too because if somebody would have said to you 5 years ago, so let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to read a book, you're going to get inspired, you're going to travel across the world, you're going to move to Bangkok, then you're going to meet a girl who's a backpacker. Now the girl is entrepreneurial and opening up a magazine. Then the two of you guys starting a magazine. Then the two of you guys are going to live on a beach in Thailand. You would have went,
yeah,
"Are you crazy?" Like there's no you know what I mean, like so
yeah,
it's so for me one of the interesting parts of setting up a dream line is that you really only set it up for 6, 12, maybe 18 months max at a time because there's just too much that can happen,
yeah,
so you are, for me personally, you are a shining example of just setting a short-term goal and immersing yourself in the goal and taking big bold actions on achieving the goal.
yeah.
What's nightlife like there? Restaurants, like clubs, pubs? Does it feel like you're in some weird culture shocked place, or do you feel like it's totally hip and cool and the vibe is great and you just love it?
There's a wide range of stuff, but Bangkok, for example, I mean, every one of the cities out here in Asia has great nightlife, but Bangkok probably is one of the top cities for nightlife. You could stay out all night if you want, and yeah, there's a range of things. I prefer a lot of times just to go to the pub with my buddies, with my guy pals, and
Have some
have a
beers and
couple
chill. Yeah.
beers. And so you got everything from like, yeah, that English style or Irish style pub with great food and like Guinness,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels like home for me. We've got that kind of thing back in California.
Mm-hmm.
To the fanciest upscale nightclubs, with the rooftop bar and all the pretty girls, dancing on the dance floor and
Mm-hmm.
the DJ. I mean, huge, gorgeous places. And I mean, yeah, like later tonight for our little going away shindig, we'll be hanging out at one of the nicest places I've found here with my buddy. So,
By the way, what's so cool about this is when you say later tonight, you're getting ready to put, your dancing shoes on, and I'm having a cup of coffee right now because it's 8:40 a.m. here for me in Atlanta. And what time is it there for you?
it's 7:40 in the evening
Yeah, I
here,
mean that's
Friday
just
night.
that's trippy. So you've like catapulted into the future for me. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
this isn't like West Coast, East Coast. This is like Jupiter and Mars. So I'm gonna let you take off because I know that number one, your schedule is really really tight, and number two, you've got a big party to go to with your girl and your friends. But if you were to give people some advice who want to make this move, create the lifestyle that you created, what would you tell them to do? In other words, is this for everybody?
Well, like I kind of was touching on before, I think everyone's ideal lifestyle, right? Their dream lifestyle is probably a little different. It may not be, I mean, probably for your audience, I'm sure everyone does want to travel, but it's not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends what you want to be doing with your time. But yeah, if you want to travel, or make really any kind of big life change, like that's what it was for me, right? It was, I'm gonna not be living in California anymore. I'm gonna be living abroad for, my goal was I want to live abroad for at least 1 year, and so that's turned into a bit over a year and a half, and I don't see myself really. I mean, I'll be back to visit probably early next year, but I don't see myself moving back anytime real soon.
Mm-hmm.
There's several spots that I'm gonna spend some time. But yeah, set a short-term goal. Like when I do the Dreamline, I usually just do 3 months, 6 months, and aim for something big. And the biggest challenge